Hello. With everyone cooped up inside and Masterchef popping off right now, we at the CSA thought we'd put something together for you guys. We thought we'd cook up something a little spicy, something for you to chomp right into. That was stupid. So we posted asking if people wanted to take part. And you guys reached out to us with videos of you cooking up creative and fun recipes. This was the first round of the competition. And we've now collaborated with 4 highly talented up-and-coming cooks to present to you the CSA Masterchef Semifinals. Now, what we've done is set up 2 one-on-one scenarios and had the 4 contestants go head-to-head. In order for us to determine which 2 of the 4 will make it to the finals, we need you guys, the viewers, to vote for who you think should have a shot at being the Conservatorium's first MasterChef champion. This might be a bit obvious, but we, the commentators, weren't actually able to taste the contestants' recipes and what they cooked as the final product. And neither are you guys, the judges, which sucks. Because the things these contestants created looked really, really damn good. But we have to adapt to the judging criteria a little. So, if you guys could keep in mind the contestants' efficiency with time, the design and presentation of the dish, the entertainment factor, and just basically try and vote for which dish you would most want to jump through the screen and get a taste of. Keep those things in mind, and we'll be all sweet. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up now and enjoy the CSA's inaugural MasterChef Semifinals.
Trying to, think really broadly about all this. We are always in a process of becoming, of growing, of going somewhere. Anyone who has played this fine composition will know. I'm pretty keen for that philosophy subject.
Yeah, he seems like a great guy. He seems very cheerful, upbeat, confident in his cooking abilities.
How am I feeling going into this? Well, quietly confident, I suppose.
I did message him the other day though, just to be like, hey, what's up? What do you do? What's your degree? And he was like, oh, I'm a first year composer. What about you? I'm a flute performance. I'm basically like the Pied Piper. What are you gonna do? Cool, I'm so scared. Oh, every 16th quaver will spell out my initials. The next 2 centuries, people will be decrypting it. Oh, this must be a love letter. No, you're right, that would be terrifying.
Though I must admit, I'm a touch at ease. What gives me the right to improve on 2-minute noodles? Who says they're not interesting already? To say that 2-minute noodles are not interesting seems to imply that they're somehow flawed. Everybody needs improving. We all need to be made up and acting like someone we're not, instead of being our true selves. Somehow we're not interesting enough in ourselves. It bothers me. Is this really the way we want to live our lives?
What training has led to this moment? Not training for cooking specifically, but I do eat every day, multiple times a day. 21 years of eating has gone into this moment.
We have a contestant in the midst with us right now. Georgie, say hello.
Hi.
Do you have something to say?
I hope I haven't scared off my competitor already.
That's a saucy take.
I need to get him on here right now. We'll give him some leeway before we start deducting points. Oh, contestant number 2 is on and live with us. Say hello to the camera. Say hello, Michael.
What's up, Michael?
What training have I undergone leading up to this MasterChef moment? Well, I'm all in favour of a multidisciplinarian approach to all that we encounter in our lives. And so I've been looking at ways that I could apply my studies this semester to this challenge. For instance, in Composition 1 this semester, we've been looking at the principle of limitation and how that can be a boon to creativity. And I think that is definitely applicable. 2-minute noodles is a simple dish, so I think the solution should be kept simple.
4 p.m. I will start the timer at 30 minutes. From there, you have 30 minutes to make 2-minute noodles interesting. A reminder that if you are just simply standing around while you're waiting for something to happen, like the kettle to boil, something to cook, your points will be deducted. You must practice your instrument or do something musical, improvise.
Scouting is encouraged.
While you are waiting, because practice, there are not enough hours in the day to practice, so you must wherever you can.
Everyone must learn how to scout.
Guys, we have 20 seconds.
The biggest adversaries, I would say, being full. In my experience, just leave it a few hours, probably gonna be hungry again by the next day.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin!
Welcome everyone to MasterChef Round 1. Today our contestants are attempting to make 2-minute noodles interesting. Something which I attempt to do almost every day of my life. However,
I rarely succeed.
yeah. 2-minute noodles is a staple of student life. And today they're going to try and spice them up, as it were.
I'm going for the idea that, like Mozart, chocolate fixes everything. So, this is...
Trying to incorporate chocolate into his noodle making process, I believe.
I should probably actually start cooking the noodles. I would say that that's a good starting point.
Georgie, what's your take on 2-minute noodles?
So, last video, right, I was like pretty distracted, like making a lot of mistakes, forgetting a lot of ingredients, you know? So, I came to the conclusion I'd actually just chosen something way too easy. So, I decided to ask myself, like, what is the hardest thing that contestants cook on Masterchef? And a reliable source told me that the answer is a croquembouche. So in 30 minutes, I'm gonna make it, oh my god. Oh my god.
Are we running into complications already?
No, I just accidentally put the satchel in the boiling water.
In the meantime, maybe I better have some tunes.
That's wonderful. Our contestants must be doing something musical if they are idle in the kitchen, otherwise they will be eliminated.
My answer to that is just never be idle. I'm just gonna keep
Ah,
going
here
all
we
the time.
You.
My food is in service.
Right.
More than I can say for the rest of us.
And now we're cooking.
Just chaos.
He's overcompensating because he's a composition major.
Is Mozart uninteresting because of all the Alberti bass? Would you dare suggest an alternative accompaniment? How dare you? Who do you think you are?
That is more harmonica than I've ever experienced in a single sitting. More than I would ever want to experience.
Dude, who chose this guy?
What are my thoughts on my opponent? Well, we've never actually met in person. All I know about her is that she's a flute student. You're not criticising my abilities here.
Science has not determined whether the harmonica drives you insane or only the insane play harmonicas.
What adversities have I overcome? Well, to tell you about an adversity I overcame in preparing for this. Obviously, I had to get the ingredients, as I don't have 2-minute noodles on hand for some reason at my abode here. So I had to go make a trip to the store. But of course, it had been 3 weeks since I drove the car, and you can probably see where this story is going. So the car didn't start. So I had to hook the car up to a battery charger for 6 hours or so. And then I was able to get down to the supermarket and purchase my noodles and chocolate. A bit of a stressful experience. I got back to the car thinking, wouldn't it be ridiculous if the car didn't start? And I got stuck here in the shopping centre car park with nothing but noodles, marshmallows and chocolate. Anyway, fortunately it started. Moral of the story, don't leave your assignments till the last minute, because you might have a flat battery. Over droplets in the air. I'm stuck at home or by myself.
Is that slam poetry?
Got my yoga mat out.
And I love it.
Time to work on my core. I'm gonna be so toned. Don't get around much anymore.
I don't even need to roast you because you're roasting yourself.
Michael?
Michael!
No, please.
I don't think you can hear me. Michael!
Michael!
Please elbow sneeze.
Michael!
Don't cause me distress.
Okay, Georgie, we've just muted Michael, so then you have a chance to actually partake.
Why is there so much blue sky?
Sorry, Michael.
That is so savage. He's such a composition major, dude. He prepared like a whole song.
Quite impressive, I feel.
I think it needs a little more brass. Orchestration with Carl Vine.
Oh no, there's a trombone.
Oh, thank God we've got him on mute.
That's honestly a meme on its own. So I asked him I messaged him the other day just to be like, oh, what's up? We've like never actually met. And I asked him what his major is and he was like, oh, I'm a composition major.
My darling, God bless. Real nice texture there.
And then he said I also played the piano, but I didn't know he played the piano and the trombone and the vocal.
Darling, God bless. Though I please. Oh, hang on, I need to start that again.
Everything else.
You sound intimidated by your competition.
Do not mistake my secondhand embarrassment for intimidation. What is the most overrated dish? I'm gonna say plate. Look what I got. What is it, honey? It's a flat thing for eating off. You traded our cave for this? You could use anything flat. Chopping board, baking tray, Michael Evans's jokes. Okay, do you guys actually want to know what I'm doing?
Run us through it.
So like, I wondered how to put noodles into a ball shape and like make them stick. So the only answer is to like deep fry them, which is kind of gross. It's more about how it looks because you guys aren't actually going to be eating it. So I could just pretend that it tastes really good.
So Georgie is attempting to make a deep-fried noodle croquembouche. This is a brave stretch, I feel. You know, it's a brave move.
Now, Michael, run us through what you're doing.
I'm working on these marshmallows.
Marshmallows. Oh, okay. So I'm seeing sort of like a Rice Krispie treat sort of inspired dessert here.
They're gonna turn into a rocky road with noodles kind of thing.
Oh, okay. I can see both contestants are sort of approaching it from the same angle, which is good. You know, it's the coronavirus cuisine.
Oh, Michael's keeping a clean working environment.
We like to see that. We like to see hygiene.
So I believe he's melting chocolate into the noodles there, which is quite an innovative. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's a very different technique.
So I'm gonna start deep frying them, but I've never deep fried anything before, so.
Oh, well, this is going to be interesting.
We are 12 minutes in.
That's cool, that's cool. This is so gross. Reminds me of like a nightmare I once had.
Oh dear.
Look, getting your hands dirty is all part of the process, man.
Yeah, it's hands-on, man.
Michael, how are things going on your end? He appears to be assembling his balls.
I'm taking it out of the pot and just starting to make little balls, put them on this tray.
Fantastic.
What are you going to do with your balls when they're assembled?
Put them in the fridge to cool down.
Hey, this is the first ball.
Oh.
And it's sticking together.
How many of them are you going to make?
As many as I can.
She wants to bind them. It's going to be like a croquembouche. It has to have the sugar sort of syrup to sort of bind it together.
Well, this is a savoury adaptation of the dish.
Ah, so a savoury croquembouche. That's quite interesting. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
You should be applauded for your innovation, but
Thank you. Wow, to be honest, these balls are kind of falling apart a little bit.
We have 12 minutes left.
whatever it was.
Oh my god, they're fully not forming ball shapes anymore. See, it looks like I've like mold Goldilocks.
Oh dear.
Might turn into deep-fried noodles. Well, Georgie may lose points for presentation, but
However, for efficiency, Georgie is earning points as she could submit what she has already, but she's going beyond the margin.
Yeah, man, I go above and beyond.
Well, I've just got them in the fridge, and I feel like really what I've prepared here is more of an after-meal snack.
Do you need to practice right now, Michael? I mean,
I think so. So I feel like maybe with the bit of time I've got left, I might work on something else.
Georgie is suffering issues with the structural integrity of her balls. Seems to be a prevalent theme.
I feel like a 12-year-old boy, man.
I remember when my balls dropped.
Dude, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here.
All running into complications.
There's just loose noodles floating around. It looks like the Great Barrier Reef. That ball kind of survived.
Oh, Michael has returned.
You know, I started thinking about the idea behind this, and it occurred to me, well, who said the 2-minute noodles aren't interesting in themselves? I've also been doing a lot of deep thinking about this and asking a lot of big questions. I've been doing This Is Music this semester. This challenge was to make 2-minute noodles interesting. Well, what is make? What is interesting? What is 2 minutes? Oh, maybe we better not touch that one. So I thought I'd experiment and give you a demonstration of them in the traditional way. The water is boiled, and now I'm not a fan of high-tech gadgets for using timers, so I have my own special one. So we have 2 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, you know, they're kind of falling apart, so I'm just gonna mold them into a pyramid shape instead.
How are you flavouring this dome? Was it dome? Did you say dome?
I put a lot of herbs, I put a lot of spring onion and garlic.
Oh yes, we approve.
Your breath will smell so bad that like nobody else wants to eat it because it's so good.
My Italian grandmother would roll in her grave for the amount of garlic of that. For good reasons. Not bad reasons, good reasons. That was a poorly executed.
she'll be jumping for joy in her grave.
We have 5 minutes left on the timer.
How many cloves of garlic are we talking? There's like the 6 or 7 range.
Oh my goodness, guys, that's what my balls look like right now.
3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Georgie is going to fix her balls in the last 3 minutes or so.
My noodles.
Like chaos.
He's just setting himself with 2-minute noodles in the midst of a 2-minute noodle challenge.
This is just meta as fuck.
Who gives you the right to say that they're not interesting in yourself? Before you can make 2-minute noodles interesting, you have to be interesting yourself. And if I believe that these noodles are interesting, then they don't need to be ordained any further than they are in their natural state. This is how they were intended.
You must be a composer because that was so pretentious.
Not what I was expecting to look like.
Alright,
1 minute left. There are 60 seconds left on the timer. Go, go, go.
I'm not stressed. Pretty good.
I love that photo.
Alright, so my chocolate ball. We'll see how we go. Acceptable snack there.
Instruments down, particularly the harmonica.
please.
We're out of time.
Ta-da!
So now the reveal. Georgie, we need your reveal.
Maybe I might have gone a bit too grand with my expectations because it doesn't really look like a pyramid.
Oh my god.
But in the picture that I have of a croquembouche, it's got like honey draped over, so I just draped over some spare like noodles and some flowers, and there you go.
So she's gone all out on presentation, texture.
Will I get extra points if I like pull it apart and there's like really aesthetic cheese?
You've got to find something that optimally represents what your recipe is giving us. We are not the judges.
Hello?
Oh my.
Oh,
my gosh.
wow. That is strong.
That's impressive. I appreciate that.
That was stringy.
Shall we skip over to Michael and see what he's done with his 2-minute noodle rocky road?
Got my tray here.
Ooh, I'm liking the look of these. These are quite sort of
Wow. It looks like
melted bits of marshmallow and chocolate, and I can see there's still some of the texture. You did a taste test before, so what was the verdict?
I think they were perfectly edible.
What are
They're
the
more
marshmallows
soft
like?
and crunchy. They're sort of, I think, they're more the melted chocolate, and then there's just the noodle pieces blended in. The noodles may not be the center of attention here. They just sort of add that extra hint in the background, and I think that's a very valuable role they play. Tastes a bit like viola with horn.
Michael, I'll just remind you that the theme was make 2-minute noodles interesting, not make chocolate interesting. So
that is a
very good point.
I was interested in presenting something to our audience that they may be able to, with little difficulty, to try themselves, both in terms of meal content and extracurricular eccentricities.
Well, the fans will be very, very excited to see this.
Are we done?
You guys are done. And this concludes round 1 of CSA's MasterChef 2020.
Well, we have concluded the competition for today.
I'd encourage everyone to lay down a sweet beat on harmonica while preparing your next meal. I think we're done.
Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking around with this. Have a lovely evening guys, and enjoy your dinner. Bon appetit.
shout out to the CSA for keeping morale high while we all self-isolate, which a composer calls Saturday night.